Hello, hello, testing. Sorry about that. I think my broadcast might have ended. I'm not 100% sure what has happened, but we are back, and we saw a nice little hold from FiRE there to secure round number one. It ended up being a 1v1 with Tadashi versus Red, and Red got the jump on Tadashi with that hold. Nonetheless, we get into this round. Red pushing up quickly to see if he can get any sort of info and just barely was unable to see Ghost in time. Now Tadashi looking to foam the wall. The wall does get foamed and now is blown with Tadashi taking out Running Water on that in sight, actually. So Tadashi takes out Running Water in sight as Red takes out Ghost with a player of his own. It is now 4v4 with Jekyll and Red both pushing on green. Does Jekyll take out Ghost as well? And he does with that nice little lean peek. Incen and Flash goes out. Glyco pushing up takes out one in BLW, but Louch immediately refrags Glyco. And he takes out Tadashi. And Red takes out Ray. It seems like it was a DC. And just like that, it is 2-0 FiRE. If we take a look at the scoreboard real quick, Lil Louch 4-1 for their team. Red 3-0. Running Water is 1-2. Jekyll is 1-1, and BLW is 1-2. So a little bit of a spread in kills for the winning team so far. On the other team, you got Glyco and Tadashi both with 2 picks of their own. Other than that, no one has any kills. I don't know if Anonymous got a kill. He's the one that DC'd. So, not quite sure if he is coming back, but nonetheless, round has ended with the side of being FiRE. Now, I just want to make sure that this actually uploads. It's possible I was just stupid and ended the stream a little too quickly. So sorry about that, guys. Let me just make sure that this is up and running before I continue. Actually, I'll get into this round, and then if it is not up and running, I'll figure it out later. Anyways, 2 minutes 15 seconds left on the clock. Drone goes out, gets the nade out. There's no damage, but Running Water immediately takes out a pick, and Jekyll takes another one out in Glyco, and now it is just a 4v2, excuse me, as Jekyll takes out Ghost, but I own Ghost takes out BLW, and Anonymous takes out Jekyll. So it is now back to a 2v3. If Anonymous can take out another player, which the nade goes out and does not do any damage to him, but all 3 of these players know where these other 2 players are. So it is a bit of a standoff at the door here as Red takes out Tadashi, and Running Water takes out Anonymous. And it is just like that. It is 3-0 FiRE. FiRE is just walking all over these. They're walking all over RAZE. So it does seem like the stream is now officially working. So again, I want to apologize for that. I'm still relatively new to this. I'm a co-caster who's just starting out on trying to cast. So I'm going to be doing a lot of community casts throughout the season, as well as official co-casts. And I'm hoping I can get much better to become an official caster, or like a host caster. So I'm excited to see for the season. You got a bunch of teams, like these new teams like FiRE and RAZE. I know FiRE is a very strong roster, and they can just dominate through these teams. You see Red is already on the next Prestige. Every single player on here is at least Prestige 2. So these guys have a lot of experience playing this game. So I'm really excited to see how this game will go. So it seems like FiRE so far has teamwork, as Tadashi with an S tier frag on Lil Louch. You saw that from the half wall, or the little curb right here. Glyco and I own Ghost both sharing bullets to take out those trips there. Now Glyco pushes up and takes a lot of damage onto Running Water, but Jekyll peeks up and takes out Glyco, but not before losing 50% of his health through that instant. Ghost takes out BLW on Red. Ghost looking to see if he can take out a second player with Running Water just shooting through the wall, and it seems like he got a headshot off, so the damage is low. Ghost and Tadashi looking to see if we can push up on the B wall. Tadashi gets killed. Red with an S tier frag onto Ion Ghost. It is now 2v3, both players in Red and Ghost and Anonymous. What will they do? Seems like Incen is now out defending that doorway. Now they're in a bit of a stalemate, as these three players, Red, Jekyll, and Running Water, are holding down the site. Red gets a little bit too aggressive on that door, and Anonymous makes him pay, as it is now a 2v2, and now it's looking more favorable for RAZE here, as the health is just not looking in favor of this FiRE squad. Now, FiRE is playing it really, really well, holding this EMP down, making sure that they do not press forward, because they don't need to protect site anymore. All they need to do is hold that EMP, and Jekyll is sitting close on the door of the EMP. If Anonymous swings, he could possibly get killed. The Ghost takes out Jekyll, with Running Water taking out Anonymous. It is just a 1v1. Ghost pushing up, and Running Water gets the clutch on a 2v1. After Ghost was able to take out Jekyll, all Anonymous needed to do was take out Running Water. Possibly he could have gone for EMP, not quite sure, but it was such a beautiful hold by those two players. Even though one went down and Jekyll, Running Water stayed alive and pushed towards the enemy, and even though he was on 21 HP, he was able to take them out. My apologies. I put the wrong link in to the Discord, so if more people want to watch, I'm going to have to redo that real quick. Players already taken out here. I'll do it after the round. Players already taken out here with Ghost taking out Running Water. Jekyll looking to see if he can get any sort of damage, info, something on those pre-fired one hands. There's a little bit of damage done on himself by Glyco. Glyco throws that incense. There's a lot of damage done on the Red. Tadashi pushes down from the hatch. Now all 5 players for RAZE is sitting here towards this gym side. Wall is now blown with Jekyll and Lelouch protecting that wall. We got Jekyll pushing up with the smoke, able to kind of deny any sort of info, as Jekyll pushes up, gets a little bit too greedy, and gets taken out by Ion Ghost. So now Ion Ghost needs that stim. Stim does end up getting to him, but the smoke is still there, so RAZE has to wait a little bit for that smoke to come out, which gives more time for FiRE to be able to rotate, change positions, and all that. Glyco seems to be AFK over in the corner, so for now it is a 4v3, still in favor of RAZE, as Ion Ghost pushes up, tries to take out anybody with that quick peek headshot. Now pushing up, Lelouch might see him, and he does. Lelouch takes out Ion Ghost, and Red takes out Tadashi. It is now a 3v3 with Glyco back. So, looking a little bit more favorable, but Ghost pushes up and takes out 2, and Red and Lelouch. It is now a 3v1, Anonymous planting behind the B chassis. What a sneaky little plant, as Ghost looking to take out BLW with one hand. BLW pushes up, takes out Ghost. Seem to have a little bit of a lag delay here, not quite sure what's going on. But BLW does take out Ghost, and now he pushes up, takes out Glyco, but Anonymous takes out BLW, and RAZE collected their first win of this map. I think that it went exactly as RAZE was planning on it, possibly maybe not losing as many players, but they were able to get a round on them, as well as remain with a couple of the extra weapons. So if they can get this next round, I mean, 2 rounds going into the defensive half, it's not terrible for this Arctic map. puppy. Okay, so I have now posted the correct link into the Discord here. This is the switch round. So if RAZE can win another round, going back-to-back round, going into the switch round, I think it'll be really good for them. With a newcomer for RAZE here with Yakita, I believe it's... I'm going to call him Yak. With Anonymous already taking damage done, possibly by wallbangs or something, with a trip. The drone did not drone out the trips for Anonymous, with Yak taking out Jekyll on the flank. So it could have been a 5v4 if the trips were droned out. Seems like a little bit of misplay for the drone, but it is now a 4v3 in favor of RAZE here. Ghost takes out 2 players of his own, now a 3rd player. Now a 4th, I believe this is an ace for Ghost, not quite sure. No, actually no, it is a 4K, yes, okay. So Ghost does take out Red for that 4K, so he is carrying his team to that 4-2 deficit, but nonetheless, they won the previous 2 rounds, and they're sitting pretty well going into the defensive half. If they can win this next coming round, I think it'll be really good, pushing towards possibly beating FiRE 7-3, or 7-4, excuse me. You got to keep up the momentum, though, if you're RAZE, because FiRE is going to be a good team. They're just going to be aggressive towards you over and over again. You just got to make sure that you keep up this momentum and for any sort of push that they're going to be trying to pull towards you. Oopsies. Oh, what? Okay. So, my thing is just all sorts of messed up right now. Edit message. So for some reason... There we go. Okay, so... Stream has now officially been posted. Again, I'm sorry for the technical difficulties, just bear with me here. FiRE pushing up towards the B wall. They don't see the trips. Okay, so the BLW does see the trips, and the Insane goes out. No damage done onto either team, but the Insane goes out. Glyco takes out BLW. BLW is unable to hit the headshot for the Taurus. Jekyll refrags in Glyco. It's a 4v3 in favor of RAZE. Now a 4v2, 3v2, because Ghost and Red both take out players of their own. The Louch take out Yak. And just like that, it is now a 2v2 looking more in favor of FiRE, as they can just plant the EMP, and Tadashi has low HP, and Anonymous pushes up and gets taken out with the help of the Louch by Red. And just like that, it's a 1v2, and Tadashi has 7 HP remaining. Pushing up, trying to get any sort of info, and just barely doesn't get it. And Red takes out Tadashi. Is now 5-2 in favor of FiRE here, as they're looking to kind of stop RAZE. If they can win these next 2 rounds, I think it's, I mean, obviously it's over, but like I said in the previous tournament, at this point, if you're RAZE, you want to play the overtime denial. I see a lot of teams that kind of get screwed over because they lose like 6-2, 6-1, and then their mental is chalked, and they just screw around for the last round. It ends up being 7-2. There's a fine line, though, because you know that you can give 1 round. So say if RAZE were to give 1 round here, they can buy out all next round. And they can force buy all 5 rifles if they just save this round. But you're running the risk of needing to play flawlessly. You screw up once, it's over. So I like what RAZE is doing here. They're trying to play as aggressive as possible because they know they're going to be down a lot here, and they need something. As Ghost, I was trying to get to Ghost, as Ghost immediately takes out Jekyll on that roam, because I kind of figured he would get that pick from Green, and now he rotates back to site. Now he's sitting on that door, so good pick by Ghost to get back. Now Glyco gets droned out by the drone. They push up quickly, and Glyco is unable to take out Running Water, with Running Water just having 21 HP, but it doesn't matter because Running Water takes out 2 players in Yak, and Tadashi takes out Lilouch. It is now 3v3 in favor of RAZE here because of the HP advantage. Anonymous takes out Red, and now it's a 3v2. Incense goes out, takes out Anonymous, but the smoke goes out. BLW takes out Anonymous with the Incense and takes out Tadashi. Now it is all up to Ghost, but Ghost is playing aggressive. They might not know that. They know that now, and Running Water gets taken out by Ghost, and this is looking more favorable for Ghost here as he's sitting in the corner and he's going to push out, and he takes out BLW, and the full buy for RAZE has worked as Ghost has clutched the 1v2 on 100 health, played it perfectly to bring the advantage to to dwindle the advantage for FiRE to 5-3. We see a bit of a more B-focused hold for RAZE here. And it does seem that FiRE will be going for a B push. Looks like they might have been going for A in the very beginning, but it does look like they might be going for a B push here. As Red drones out Green and Red area, looking for any sort of util and information as they can, as Drone does realize that there's nobody in Green, pushes up, tries to drone in their teammates. Everyone is already in though. The trip mines do get droned out, or excuse me, pinged out. Foam goes on wall, and they try to rotate over to the other wall. Ghost sitting close onto the doorway. BLW gets a little bit of damage done onto him, but an S-tier frag by BLW to take out 2 players in Tadashi and Glyco. What a beautiful frag for BLW as he takes out another player of his own for Ghost, not before Ghost taking out Lilouch. So BLW is on ace watch here as he could possibly take out these final 2 players, both pushing on his side. Yak looking to push up, but Yak takes out BLW with an amazing flick. And now he's pushing up so he can take out more players of his own as he takes out one in Jekyll. But Running Water refrags him and is now a 1v2. Anonymous gets a lot of damage done onto him and takes out 2 players in Red and Running Water. And Anonymous secures round number 9 and the 4th round for RAZE. And I didn't know these glove skins existed. Wait, what? That's kind of cool. Got a monkey glove skin. Looks like a gorilla for his monkey behavior. Just taking a look at the score here. Ghost 15-7. Anonymous 8-6. Good job to Ghost for being 15-7. Absolutely carrying his team here. But he's just carrying in frags. Obviously this is a team game and other players give out comms and all that stuff. So good job on his team to give him the picks that he needs to win the rounds. Good job all together by FiRE and by RAZE. As this is looking like a little bit of a closer game than some people would expect. I see Ice Beast in the comment section saying 14-0. This is looking to already be a little bit of a closer game than some people would say. See on the other team, FiRE 9-5 for Red. Good job, Red. Running Water 8-8, BLW 8-9, Jekyll 7-8, and Lilouch 6-6. So Altogether, FiRE is really putting in the effort to spread out these kills and everyone use their advantage to kind of dwindle this RAZE team, while RAZE is just using brute force and Ghost and Anonymous to get those picks needed to win the round. We see another B play here with another aggressive B push, or aggressive B hold, as 3 players are holding Kitchen, with Glyco getting a lot of damage done on him by Running Water. So not looking favorable for Glyco, possibly getting stim, but it doesn't look like that there is a stim on the side of RAZE. Doesn't even look like there's a stim altogether, so Glyco might be stuck at his HP as Running Water takes out Yak. And now FiRE is looking to do a pretty quick B play here. Not quite sure yet. So wall is going to be foam. Flash goes out with the incent to prevent any sort of other push up. Now they take control of Jim quickly and green. Tadashi looking to see if he can get a pick on that flank. Takes out red but gets refragged by Running Water. Jekyll pushing up so he can even get another pick. But Running Water takes out Anonymous and the Lounge takes out Glyco. Ghost is sitting there calmly and patiently as it is a 1v4. And he takes out one player but gets immediately refragged by Jekyll with that pre-fire into the corner, and now RAZE is up 6-4. A little bit of a better showing for RAZE here. Or excuse me, for FiRE here, as they kind of slipped up a little bit in the previous rounds. That's a cool angle. Just found out I could do that. I feel like this is still going to be in the way of FiRE, but it could be a little bit closer than some people expect, possibly even in overtime. FiRE just needs one more round on attack, while RAZE needs to collect at least 2 rounds to bring it into overtime here, possibly securing the defensive round. It seems like if they win these next 2 rounds, they could secure the advantage, but Running Water immediately takes out Yak on the red. Okay, so they takes out attack on red, and Running Water and red are both pushing in red. With Tadashi on that hold right here for red. Can he take him out? He does get that headshot, but not before getting wallbanged and blashed by Running Water. So now red is controlled by FiRE and looking to see if they can blow this wall. Wall is foam. Now red wall is blown with an incent out, a flash out, completely flashing Ghost. He has no idea where he is. Ghost is flashed again. He could be dying right now, but he is now in the corner and gets an insane pick onto Jekyll. What a pre-fire by Ghost here. It is a 3v2 in favor of FiRE here. RAZE needs to do something in order to keep their hopes alive. Ghost pushes out and takes out Lil Louch, but their health is so low. Anonymous pushes out so he can take out one, and he gets overwhelmed, but the smoke goes out to help him out, and he takes out red. It is now a 2v1 in favor of RAZE. All RAZE needs to do is hold the EMP, which is exactly what I think they're going to try and do. And Running Water pushes up and takes out Anonymous, but Ghost with that immediate refrag. Good team play there by RAZE to secure round number 11. FiRE looking to make another B play happen. It was successful last time. Will it be successful again, or will RAZE adjust to their aggression? it seems like Anonymous will be on that flank with the Ariel. If you look at the guns, it is the final round. So everyone realistically should be buying out with all sorts of util, possibly wallbang weapons, all of the above. We do see pretty much a full buy from the other team, except Red has a Spectral for, I guess he is full saving for his team to get util as Running Water takes out Tadashi and on that roam, and he also takes out Anonymous, so that is 2 players down with a Viper and an Ariel by an RCP, so already that is detrimental for RAZE here as they are just free roaming now to push in because Running Water takes out 2 players on that flank. Looking to get control of Red. Red and the Louch now have control of Red, looking to push up towards the storage area. Now gets control, pushes up. Nade goes out. Could be an S-tier frag from Red, and unfortunately did not connect for Glyco as Ghost takes out 2 players of his own. So now it is a 3v3. Ghost takes out BLW. It is now a 3v2. It's looking more favorable for RAZE here as Glyco with an S-tier frag in 3v1. Lil Louch on 2 HP pretty much, and Glyco takes out Lil Louch, and with the help of Ghost and Glyco, RAZE has secured an overtime round. Map number 1 is already an overtime round, round 13 of 12 here. Let's see how this pans out, if FiRE will go back to what they were doing before, because this is the round they just lost on. Excuse me, the floor that they just lost on. So, will FiRE do the same push that they were doing before? Or will they try and switch it up? It does seem like they will be doing the same push. It seems like maybe they're chalking it up to dumb luck as the reason why they lost last time. Or possibly just practicing these plays. Seems like Running Water is no longer watching the flank. Seems like there is no longer a flank, so it's a little bit of a different round than we saw in the previous round. All 5 players look to be sitting into sight here, with Glyco getting that pre-fire if he can. No damage done on him, nor he doing damage on the other players. It does look to be a complete anchor for RAZE, as they realized it kind of worked the last round because the only 2 people that died were the 2 roamers. Drone goes out. No util or anything sort of pinged out here. It is all a fight for sight at this point. Jekyll foaming the wall. Wall does get foamed completely. They'll probably toss over foam, if I had to guess, to the other side, and they do toss over foam. Jekyll with EMP, looking to see if we can push in quick and plant. Ghost and Glyco both looking at the same angle. This could cost them as Jekyll sees Ghost, but Ghost takes out Jekyll, and Ghost now pushes up quickly towards the end and takes out another player in Running Water. Looking to see if he can take out another one, and he does not, as Lil Louch refrags Ghost, but not before Ghost was able to take out another player. 3v3, flash goes out, does not flash anybody, nade goes out, a little bit of a misfire in both those nades, or maybe BLW, I believe BLW took a lot of damage to one nade in Anonymous. So 3v3 still, with BLW and Lil Louch looking to plant the EMP. Yak, Anonymous, and Tadashi all have to sit and just basically wait patiently as they push up and takes out one, but Red takes out 2 of his own, and Lil Louch takes out the final player, and it is all over. FiRE wins map 1, 7-6. Wow, what an incredible performance from both these teams. FiRE winning 7-6. A lot closer than I would have anticipated, especially with the way that FiRE started. Being up 5-2, ended up being 5-4. Then it was 6-4, then 6-6, then 7-6. So good battle all around from both of these teams as we see this scoreboard here. Goes 24-9 for his team against FiRE, Runny Water 17-11, Red 11-8, Lilouch 9-9, Jekyll 9-11, BLW 8-12. So good performance all around from all of these players. So it does look like it is going to be a rehost. I'm just getting information now. On the server, so seems that both the teams were not comfortable with the first server, or one or the other team was not comfortable with the first server. Seems like it is now a central server. Not sure. It was a central server before, so not quite sure why there is a rehost, but we will see. If you guys are tuning in now, make sure to like and subscribe, as again, I am new to this, trying to get my name out there and become better. My microphone is a little wonky, but I will be getting something to help dwindle that. So, yeah. Anyways, 5-4. Who are we waiting on? Seems like the same lineup for RAZE. And possibly the same lineup for FiRE as well. It's just waiting on that fifth player. If it's Lilouch or if it's another player inbound. we do get that 5th player in, and it looks like the second map will be Dam. So, RAZE starting on the defense, which makes me assume that FiRE is the one that picked the map. As RAZE started on the attack last map. Five seconds left to go, and so far this is a pretty fun matchup to watch. The first round was, or first map, excuse me, was overtime, with RAZE just barely unable to win that. You see the monkey skin, or monkey glove skins, which looks super cool, in my opinion. I don't know. But you see a little bit of aggressive hold by this RAZE team, but it immediately gets caught. They immediately get slammed, basically. Tadashi and Anonymous there, with Derek Rose taking out Lobkey and Ghost. So it seems like it is quickly a 5v1 all up to Yak, and Yakuta gets taken out by Derek Rose, and a flawless victory for this FiRE side. And it seems like the players who are playing aggressive in green, or security, or whatever you want to call it, got blindsided almost. They were not expecting them to just full rush in. And we do see a disconnect from the RAZE team. It looks like possibly Glyco DCing. We saw him running in place earlier, possibly some lag issues. Looks to be a bit of an A push now, as Derek Rose and Red are both watching the flank on this doorway, making sure that nobody else pushes up, with Ghost on that flank. So we see a quick pick here. Ghost did see those that peek, as he now takes out the drone and gets a lot of damage done on Derek Rose, but I believe it was Running Water takes out a player in Yakuta. So it is already a 3v5, as Lobkey is still in the game. Not quite sure if they're going to be taking it over. BLW takes out Ghost. So it is now a 2v5, as it is just up to Anonymous and Tadashi. Now Ghost takes over the bot, so it's now a 3v5. With Running Water taking out Anonymous, now it's down to a 2v5, as flashes go out. It's extremely flash, but Derek Rose takes out Lobkey, pushing up, and Tadashi takes out Derek Rose. Can he take out another? But no, Running Water takes out Tadashi with that unsuppressed Omen, and pretty much another perfect round for FiRE, as RAZE still is unable to get their 5th in. Unfortunate, but it is part of the game. You have to learn to adjust, possibly rotate another player in. Not quite sure if they have anybody else available, but nonetheless, still a great round for FiRE. They're taking advantage of the numbers that they already have to start. looks to be an A push, as Glyco and Ghost are both holding kind of aggressive leans. Now Ghost goes back to site. Now Glyco is holding an aggressive lean onto map. You see those trips in that corner. Wonder if it'll take anybody out from the box. Derek Rose immediately takes out Anonymous. Where was that? Oh, and he immediately takes out Anonymous on green. I forgot he likes to do that. Now Derek Rose and Jekyll both pushing up together to take control of this backside. Realize that nobody is there, and now they have control of map room. Pushing up towards map room. Derek Rose now tries to see if he can get any sort of hits. The drone or the trips were not droned out. So if Derek Rose pushes up, and he does, and does a lot of damage on those trips, but does not take him out. But the Incen finishes him off by Glyco. Welcome back, Glyco, with a pick onto Derek Rose, and it is now a 4v4. A little bit in favor of RAZE, but just barely as BLW takes out Ghost. Now it's a 4v3 in favor of FiRE. BLW trying to push up, get anything done with Runny Water. Nade and Incen go out, takes no damage, but that is all of the util that RAZE has. Now they can't defend that plant with Runny Water getting a pick through the smoke onto Tadashi. It is now 4-2. BLW looks to plant the bomb, pushes up. Runny Water takes out Yakuta. Glyco takes out takes out BLW, then Runny Water refrags Glyco. And it is now 3-0 with 3 players up for FiRE. Very dominant showing for FiRE here. As we take a look at the scoreboard, 2 players on the RAZE side currently have kills. The rest are struggling to get those kills, with Runny Water and Derek Rose kind of leading the charge for this FiRE team. BLW and Red both a kill of their own, and Jekyll has yet to connect, but he has also yet to be connected, as he is still 0-0. Glyco with the very, very aggressive play. I wonder if he is going to push out onto Red, or if Red is going to just wait patiently. He does throw that, and Glyco does not see Red, and Red takes out Glyco. Unfortunate timing. I thought he saw him, but I guess not. Ghost gets flashed and naded and flashed again, so that's 3 pieces of util. But Runny Water takes out Yakuta again. I'm having deja vu in that same spot. Anonymous gets taken out by Derek Rose. And is it going to be another flawless round for FiRE, as Red takes himself out with the Incen? A little bit of a misplay, possibly lag, as Tadashi takes out BLW. So it is not a flawless round anymore, but yet still a long way to go for this RAZE team. Incen goes out and almost takes out Runny Water. That might have done it. Might have helped them heavily for RAZE if they were able to take out Runny Water, but Derek Rose pushing in that smoke. Both Tadashi and Derek Rose both see each other, but Tadashi gets taken out by Derek Rose, and Ghost takes out Jekyll, but Derek Rose refrags Ghost. And now FiRE up 4-0. What a dominant attacking performance on Damn for this FiRE team. I'm gonna try this. If I do this, hello, hello, hello. I think I can do this. Let's see if this works. Hopefully, actually, that's gonna be a little quiet. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so hopefully that'll change my mic a little bit. Possibly make it more bearable. Not quite sure. I guess I'm just gonna keep screwing around with this. Let me go to this. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah. Okay. So, we'll try this. Looks like FiRE is going for another A push here. Same trips are in the same location. Was not droned out last time. They are a little sneaky, so I'm surprised the drone didn't see them coming back over. I think if Derek Rose had waited just a little bit longer, it's possible that the trips could have seen it. Nonetheless, drone goes out. Does not see the trips again, possibly going back through. Okay, he does see the trips this time with BLW behind map room, but Tadashi and Glyco with an aggressive hold here. Will they take out Derek Rose? Ghost takes out Running Water on that flank side. Derek Rose pushes up and takes out Tadashi, but Glyco tries to take out another player, but does not, as Jekyll takes out Glyco. And now it is complete map control for FiRE, looking to secure their 5th round of the half. Nade goes out. No damage because the player is not over there. Anonymous on the flank with Ghost on the flank. It is just a 5v1 in sight if they find out. Anonymous takes out 2 players in Jekyll and BLW with Red taking out Ghost. And Anonymous taking out Red with Derek Rose taking out Yak, excuse me. It is now a 1v1. Both of them are going to play aggressive towards each other. Who will win? Anonymous gets a little bit of chip damage done onto him through the wall by Derek Rose. They need to be playing aggressive. At least Derek Rose does, because the EMP is over there. Anonymous does not need to be playing aggressive here, but chooses to do so. Will he win? Pushes up towards the wall. Will he get the advantage? And he does end up slipping back a little bit. So now this could help Anonymous, as he thinks he's still behind the map room, but he does not. As Derek Rose was not fooled, but Anonymous had the first shot on Derek Rose, and okay, my laptop's on the tip. RAZE has secured their first win of the map and the We're good. Hello? I am so sorry for that. I tapped my headset and it unplugged. So I'm sorry if you heard any of that, but we are back as we get into round number 6. You see a little bit of a clone projector trying to cover the trips, so kind of a smart play by RAZE. Unfortunately, he was not able to fully cover. Now Green gets taken control of without the loss of 2 players in RAZE. BLW breaks the static. Looks to be a bit of a breaker push here as Derek Rose tries to get any sort of wall bang. Glyco gets a little bit of wall bang done on him. Derek Rose foams the wall. Does not blow it yet. Now wall is blown. Nade goes out. Does no damage onto a player, but Tadashi with an S-tier frag. But those nades took out the trip mine and the clone, so now they don't have to worry about that. Yak close with a Hurricane. Both incense go out on that close corner. Ghost takes out Running Water on the flank, as well as taking out Jekyll. And just like that, it is now a 5v2 with the help of Ghost on that flank. Now he's looking to see if he can take out another player because he knows he's back there, but decides to get back into sight. Glyco takes out Derek Rose, and now it is all up to Red here with a Marui pushing up onto the one player. Takes out one in Ghost, but Tadashi refrags Ghost, or excuse me, refrags Red, and RAZE has now won both of the final 2 rounds. So I'm having a little bit of deja vu here, because last map FiRE won the first 4 rounds and gave up the remaining 2 rounds to RAZE. And now it is the same thing that occurred on this map. But seems like FiRE is a little bit more tuned in and keyed on to winning Dam, and it seems like they play a little bit more aggressive. So we will see what transpires here. Lyco, Anonymous, and Yak both trying to play aggressive here on this A with BLW on the box rotate. So don't know if there's any sort of util. There's no util. Drone immediately gets denied by Jekyll on the back. So now BLW is able to push up and takes out Anonymous with that one-shot headshot capability with the Taurus. All he needs is one bullet. Now he's still playing aggressive close towards that box side. Does he get another pick? Or will toss him? But he pushes up and Yak takes out BLW. But the nade goes out with a little bit of a B-tier nade or an A-tier nade. There's a lot of damage done onto both of these players, Yak and Glyco. Glyco's one shot to the head no matter what gun you use, and Yak takes out Derek Rose, but Red takes out Ghost. Seems like a little bit of a giant for this team as Red takes out Glyco, Jekyll takes out Tadashi, Yak takes out Red, and Jekyll takes out Yak, and just like that, 5-2 again. So if we see RAZE win these next two rounds, it is exactly what happened last map. RAZE knows they have to play a little bit aggressive here if they want to win this map and possibly bring it into map 3. I'm not quite sure if there will be a map 3 regardless. Nonetheless, I would like to see a game that is closer. It's going to be a map 3. I'd like to see a game that at least is worthy of a map. Obviously, RAZE is doing a phenomenal job, but it seems like FiRE is just pushing up their efforts and just doing the best they can to take out all of these players, and they're doing a phenomenal job doing it. RAZE now takes full control of the map here. BLW pushing up with that Taurus, gets a lot of chip damage done, but there's all with the Omen through the wall, so not a ton of health of going out as Ghost takes out Jekyll, Running Water takes out Ghost, and Red takes out Glyco. Derek Rose getting aggressive, seeing if he take out Yak, and he does take out Yak, getting more aggressive onto that map. Anonymous tries to refrag him, but is unable to, as Red pushes up through the smoke and takes out Tadashi, but Anonymous takes out Red, and now he's retreating back to prevent an easy kill for this FiRE team. He's trying to make it as impossible as he can for FiRE to possibly win round number 8, securing 6. We will see the point of view for Anonymous here, seeing if he can do anything to kind of prevent FiRE from securing this overtime round. Anonymous takes out one in Derek Rose, so there is that 1v1 isolated. If he can do it again, then he truly makes it a 1v1, and it could be a game, folks. As Running Water playing that backside, BLW playing bathroom, it seems like Anonymous and BLW might see each other, as Anonymous looking to vault in. BLW not knowing that he is there, and Anonymous takes out BLW. BLW was looking to fool around a little bit, and it kind of costed him, as he did not know that he was behind. So Anonymous has done successfully isolating 2 1v1s, and now Anonymous gets taken out by Running Water, as Running Water sits behind the box And FiRE is now up 6-2, potentially securing map number 2, 7-2. So very valiant effort by Anonymous, but FiRE just played their hand a little bit too well. Isolated their ones. Anonymous isolated his ones, but was unable to finish it off as Running Water was sitting in the most opportunistic spot for this FiRE squad as they secured round number 8, securing their 6th round of this map, looking to secure possibly a 7-2 win. BLW takes out Anonymous quickly with Derek Rose taking out Glyco, so it is already, and Yak, so it is already a very, very, very uphill battle for this RAZE squad if they want to capture any sort of momentum, possibly trying to win it back. Tadashi and Ghost do not know really what to do here, as all 5 players are up for FiRE and just 2 remain for RAZE, and it was not even like 20 seconds into the round. Tadashi phones the hatch. They both try and drop. Now both of them do drop as Jekyll is close onto the wall, or excuse me, onto the door. Ghost takes out Running Water, so looking a little bit more doable for this RAZE squad, as FiRE is looking to end this scrim, and Ghost prevents it again with BLW. Now on the wall, Ghost takes out Jekyll as well. So now Ghost is on ace watch to secure his team as Derek Rose takes out one. So now it is all up to Ghost to get the ace, and he does not get the ace as Red takes out Ghost to secure a 7-2 victory over RAZE on map number 2. Not quite sure if we will see a map number 3 or not, as FiRE has won 2-0 both ways. 7-6, 7-2. Take a look at the final kill list here. You see Derek Rose 14-7, good job by him. Running Water 9-3, Red 9-5, both beautiful jobs by both of them. BLW 5-9, Jekyll 3-5. On the other team you got Ghost who's 9-9, Anonymous who's 7-7, Tadashi who's 5-8. Glyco, who's 3-6, and obviously Waynes. You gotta mention Waynes, who is 0 across the board. It does look like that this scrim has ended. FiRE won 2-0. If you guys like this scrim, be sure to like and subscribe, as I will be doing more off-season scrims in the future. Anyways, that is all for this, folks. I have been your host, Scorch, and I